morning, everybody. I hope you're having a great Saturday morning. This morning we have a very special guest, but before that, don't forget to go down, like, and subscribe to Custom Life Pro and the Insurance Syndicate. And if you're really loving the show, go down to the website going across the bottom of the screen and buy some merch. First, let's roll the intro. This morning we have a very special guest, Mr. Alexander.
What is up, Sawyer? What is up, man? How are we doing?
Good.
Dude, I'm so pumped to be on here. I thank you for having me on the show today.
You're welcome.
Thank you.
First off, can you introduce yourself? Where are you right now? Where are you from? How long have you been in the business?
Yeah, I'm from Tulsa, Oklahoma. I was actually born in Plano, but I was I was raised in Tulsa, and raised in Tulsa. I got in the insurance industry actually right as I turned 16. We got a dog barking in the back. Bear with me here for a second.
I can't hear it.
Yeah. You can't hear it or you can hear it?
Cannot.
Oh, you can't hear it. Okay, good. Well, yeah. So then I'm actually in Detroit, Michigan right now. We have an insurance conference that we're at. We drove here all day yesterday. Long drive, but it was well worth it. So I'm pretty pumped up for the conference. And then, yeah, like I was saying, I got in the insurance industry when I was 16. Obviously, I got my license when I was 18, but I was actually in the office making calls when I turned 16. So I already got to adapt to the systems and, just how to communicate better with, clients and people in general. So then right as I turned 18, I got my insurance license. So the transition to me actually going out and selling now was a lot more easier since I already did the, kind of learned and got my feet wet when I was 16.
Thank you for sharing that.
Yeah.
What are your favorite things about being in the business?
Favorite things about being in the business? That's a great question. So I would say one of my favorite things about being in this business, first off, I think most importantly for every agent out there, would be that we get to protect families, man. I don't think when I think of insurance agents, some of them may be doing this business obviously to make a living. I mean that's why we do this as well, is to make a living. But the most important thing about this business is that we get to protect families, man. So, when you have a client there that doesn't have any life insurance and I get to help protect them today, that makes my heart feel good that I protect them just in case if anything were to happen to them, right? So that's honestly part of my favorite thing about this business. And then the second thing is probably just networking, man. So like when we were at when I was at 8%, and then we saw your dad and you at SWAT, which is great to connect with you guys, but just the networking, getting around insurance agents, getting around just people in general that are in the space, in the business, and just getting to, talk with them and then even do podcasts with some of them too. So it's really cool, man. Those are probably my two favorite things though, for sure.
Yeah. What is something you have learned about yourself while being in insurance?
One thing I've learned about myself and in this industry is that one thing I've learned is that there's levels to this. I believe I really think that there's levels because so I was on the Ultimate Agent. I'm sure if you may know. So I was on the Ultimate Agent, and before pre-Ultimate Agent, my business was not where it was supposed to be. I wasn't producing at the level I was supposed to. I wasn't recruiting at the level I was supposed to. Everything wasn't really doing good. And when I went into the Ultimate Agent, it really opened up my eyes of what I could actually do, right? So to answer your question, like when I was at the Ultimate Agent, it really expanded my knowledge that I actually do have another step in my business, right? Because everyone thinks that they're working as hard as they can, right? But I mean, really, most insurance agents are probably working anywhere between 3 to 5 hours a day and then scrolling through social media, just doing whatever they want to do, right? And the Ultimate Agent really showed me, Alex, you really have another step in your business that you need to take as long as you're willing to put forth the work, right? So that's really honestly one of the biggest things for me, for sure.
Thank you for sharing that. That is
Yeah.
very good. Is there anything specific that you've learned that you've been able to use in your business to help hire people?
It's a great question. Yeah. So what I'm currently using right now is I've been with Cody. Cody Askins, we all know who that guy is. He's a freaking beast. I've been using his recruiting leads. So I've got a batch of 50 right now that I've been calling through. So that's really what I'm using to recruit. And yeah, those are really doing really well for me because the thing about those leads, Sawyer, is when someone or when I get that lead in, these are people actually reaching out to Cody and saying, "Hey, I'm looking for a possible new job opportunity, whatever it is," and they already are life licensed. So now I'm getting life licensed agents. Some are seasoned agents, some are not, but I get to get on it, call with them now, because when if let's say I don't reach them, for example, let's say I call them, they don't answer, I'll just send them a quick text, "Hey, I received your information from Cody Askins. And I see that you're possibly looking at a new job opportunity. And I would love just to set up a time to meet with you." So now they know that I'm reaching out on Cody's behalf, right? And now I'm actually able to help them and assist them to maybe a new job opportunity with us at the Invested American. So that's really what I'm doing and using to help build my business and build a team.
Nice. Has anything embarrassing happened while you were on unemployment?
That's so funny. There's so many things, man. There's so many things, Sawyer. Where do I even start, dude? I embarrass myself quite a bit. There's some things I can and can't say, so I'm just trying to think right here. Put me on the spot. One thing I would say is we had a challenge, and kind of just the overview of the challenge, kind of the quick story of the challenge is that we just had to come up with a product, right? And then we had to pretty much pitch it to Cody, and it's a product that's never been pretty much made before, right? It's a product that's never been made before, and you have to just create it on the fly. So we had like 5 minutes to create the product. And dude, I was scared, bro. I was sitting at the desk out, and I started. What you weren't supposed to really get any help, but I texted my dad. I was like, "Dad, I don't know what I'm doing. Like, I don't know what product I should do. I don't know what I'm doing at all." And I got nervous. So in the moment, I didn't know what I was doing, so my dad helped me out with a few things. It was a pretty good product. I'm not going to say what it is. You guys can watch it on the Ultimate Agent, but I felt like it's a pretty good product. I just didn't pitch it well at all. I'm a type of guy to, when it comes with me learning things, it takes me a minute to pick up on something, but when I do pick up on something, I'm pretty sharp at it. So I didn't. It took me a minute to even pick up on my own product that I was making. So when I pitched it, it just didn't go well at all. So you'll see that in the Ultimate Agent, but that was a pretty funny episode that'll be on the show for sure.
What challenges has the insurance presented?
What challenges? I would say the challenge that the insurance business has done to me is honestly, it goes back to an attitude, I feel like, for me. So when, like, for example, you wake up in the morning and you check your email, right? I think one thing that is a pushback on the industry is obviously chargebacks if you're not staying on top of your clients and everything going on there, right? So when you wake up in the morning, you check your email, right? And you see, for let's just say you're writing American Amicable, right? You get a chargeback notice and it's like $1,000 chargeback. And that's one setback that everyone's going to have in the industry, right? But I think when you have those setbacks, kind of like what you're saying, Sawyer, it comes back to your attitude and how you react to that, right? So if you don't maintain a good attitude, your day is just going to keep going down. If you wake up, you see the chargeback, hey, That's not what I want to see, but I'm going to make sure I stay upbeat today. I'm going to be positive all the freaking time. And I'm just going to go get that back, right? So you're going to call up the client, even if the client doesn't want it anymore. You're just going to stay positive on writing, obviously protecting more families and writing more policies to get that cleared, right? So the setback that I would say is definitely the chargebacks and how you respond to those chargebacks, which is your attitude. And you can control your own attitude, how you want to go with your day. It's either going to be a bad day or a good day with the way you wake up and how your attitude is, for sure, when you have that setback. Oh, I can't hear you, man. I can't hear you. I think your mic's on mute.
Do you have any questions for me?
Questions for Sawyer. So you're playing baseball, right?
Yeah. Tryouts were Sunday, and I made the team. They sent out an email on Tuesday or Wednesday that said I made the team.
There we go, man. There you go. Congratulations, bro. That's exciting, dude. What position are you playing?
I'm a center field. I'm a little bit at pitcher. Second base, and then I'm gonna try out for catcher.
Try out for catcher. Okay. What makes you want to jump to catcher? Is there anything that just
I feel like that it's a really fun position to play.
Yeah. So. Cool, man. Yeah, dude, Sawyer. Just from looking as an outsider looking in on the Saturday morning cartoons, bro, you've done an amazing freaking job.
Thank you.
Yeah, dude, for real. I was watching the show last week. I've been catching up on it, but I was watching the show last week with Beth and how you were just throwing questions at her. She was asking questions back at you, dude. You're doing a phenomenal job, bro. Phenomenal job for sure.
Thanks.
Yeah, man.
What are some tips that you could tell people about getting started in the insurance business?
Yeah. to give them some tips for a starting agent, right? I'll go even back to the attitude just to start off. One thing is you control your attitude and how your day is going to go. If you're going to wake up and not be in a good mood let's just say when your upline's calling to check up on you, right? We even got agents at our office when, for example, I call one of my agents and they're giving me like they're giving me some give back, not a good attitude, and I already know how their day's going to go because they're giving that right back at me, right? And I'm still staying positive over the phone. I'm still good with them, whatever it is, right? But it goes back to the attitude, and in the beginning, it's not going to be easy, man, because you're trying to learn how to learn a script, right? To make calls. So you can't give up after the first month when you don't really see much money coming in, because it's going to be in the beginning stages, right? It's going to be a lot of training and a lot of learning about the industry. And you just got to like people have said before, you just got to soak it in like a sponge, all the information they're getting, because there's going to be tons of training that gets laid down on you, scripts, product training, whatever it is, right? You just have to be able to take it in. And when you do take all that information in, you got to make sure to put it forth back into your business. So it comes back to the work ethic now and what you're doing every single day to put forth that work. And then obviously the deposits will come when you continue to keep working. And it's really an activity thing too, because if you're putting in the activity every single day and you're working as hard as you can, that's what's really going to come back to you as well. And then probably the most important thing I think that comes around to all this is having a set goal, right? For a starting agent, you got to make sure that you have a set goal, because if you're not going to, I've always said this, I feel like if you're not goal oriented, I don't feel like you'll be very successful in this industry, because you got to be chasing something. You can't just say, oh, I think I'm going to make $1,500 this week. Dude, you're going to make $500 this week if you say something like that, right? Oh, I think I'm going to make this. I think I'm going to make that. Like, dude, when I put a goal up on the board every single week on Friday for myself, I'm going to make sure that I go hit that goal every single week, no matter what it takes, right? So for a starting agent, you got to make sure that you change your mindset and the way you think about going to actually go hit that goal, because when you hit the goal every single week, it's going to make yourself feel good, and it's going to help you progress in your business in the future.
So can you explain to us what the difference in attitude and mindset is?
Attitude and mindset. Okay. So the difference between attitude and mindset. Attitude is just kind of like what I explained, is the attitude is the way you the way you think about the way you think about yourself and the way you put out to the world, right? So I wake up this morning and I got on my knees and prayed, bro. I do that every single morning. I think God. I think one of my main goals in life is just to glorify God and every gift that He's gave me. It's not for me. It's not about how much commission I'm getting. It's not about how many policies I can sell. It's really about just glorifying God, and He's giving me the gift that I can actually go out and protect people is the number one thing, right? My mom told me, she was like, it doesn't matter if you don't sell another policy or sell as many policies as you can. I'll still love you, and God loves you, right? So I take that in. Like I said, I'm a firm believer in God and everything that He's done. And as long as every insurance agent continues to glorify God and everything that He's done for our lives, I think your business will excel, right? So back to the attitude thing is it's the way you think and put it out to the world, right? So you're either going to have a good or bad day, just like what I've said. If you're positive today, what's going to happen, Sawyer? You're going to have a good day. If you're negative today, right as you're waking up, right as you wake up, if you're negative, you're going to have a bad day, right? Those are the two things about attitude. The mindset thing is when you have a positive attitude, what's your mindset going to be, right? When you're going into your office in the morning, when you have the positive attitude, the mindset's coming in there right with it, right? You can be positive and have the mindset coming in right with it. If you're negative, what's going to happen? Your mindset's not going to be there, right? The mindset's not going to be there. So that's the really two big differences. My dad's hounded on me as well, man, about, are you going to be positive or negative, right? And sometimes my dad's so positive, Sawyer. I think at sometimes he's being sarcastic and he's not. Like I love my dad, and he's so positive, and I love him. I'm so grateful for him, but like he's so positive. Sometimes I think he's being sarcastic, and then that can kind of make me a little bit more negative, right? But he's never being sarcastic at all when he's positive. He really loves me and he's looking out for me, right? So those are the two differences between an attitude and a mindset for sure, and how that plays hand in hand with each other, with the positive and negative.
That was super. Thank you so much for sharing that.
Yeah, man.
What are you most excited about for the rest of 2023 going on to 24?
The most excited thing I would say I'm most excited for is probably OEP, open enrollment. I'm really pumped up for that. Just helping clients out with a bunch of different advantage plans, right? And just writing a ton of MAPDs for clients, helping protect them with whatever they need. And then honestly, just like back to what I was saying, growing, like some of the goals, right, is just growing my faith with God every single day. And having one thing that's really stands out to me, Sawyer, is, and I've said this on a bunch of different podcasts, is having a set routine for sure. So when you ask that question, I think me continue to perfect my routine and what I have going on in my everyday life, right? So every single day I'm waking up in the morning, 5:15 to go work out at 5:30 at the gym, right? That's one of the set routines I have, right? Another set routine throughout my day is I'm going to have a scheduled dialing hour. Another set routine is, like, for example, right now I'm mainly doing all field. So my routine throughout the week is Monday I'll be in the field, Tuesday I'll be back in the office booking for Wednesday and Thursday, and then Friday I'm back in the office booking for Monday, right? So just, it goes back to goals, right? And one thing to answer your question as well is me making sure that I obtain my goals, right? That's what I'm most excited about too, is me actually able to go achieve and obtain my goals that I have set for myself, right? And that comes back to having the set routine, having the goals that you have every single day out of the week. It's the daily goals that'll help you with your weekly goals, really, is what comes back to as well for me.
Speaking of goals, what are your goals?
Yeah, so great question. So my goals would be for, by the time I'm 23, 24, I would love to have my own personal equity in the invested American company. So an agency owner for sure. I would love to have, and me saying I'd love to have, these are my goals, right? So I'm going to make sure that I obtain these goals no matter what, because goals are very, very important in this industry, as you know, Sawyer. So me having that ownership with the invested American as an agency owner, and then at least having a minimum of 200 agents under me by the time I'm 23 as well. It's some crazy numbers, but it's very obtainable if I keep my just like we've been talking about, if I keep the positive, energy and the mindset, it'll all come with God's work,
23, 24, I would say 22.
22. Okay, I appreciate it. I appreciate it. I'm working on it, man. I really am working on it every single day. It's a struggle sometimes, man. I mean, with the chargebacks that you may get, or people that are trying to pin you down, right? I mean, you have other agents that talk crap on other agents, right? That's that negative energy, right? We got to make sure we put those people away because we're focused on one thing only, and that's the goal, man. I appreciate it.
Yeah. Well, you answered 2 questions in one. You did your goal. You did your goal for the rest of the year, and do you have any other goals like outside of business?
Yeah, no, for sure. Personal goal for sure, like I've said before, is so every single day, Sawyer, what I'll do is right as I wake up in the morning, I'll pray to God, and then actually before every appointment, I'll actually say a prayer as well. So, and then right before I'm getting ready to go to bed, I'll pray again, and then every Sunday I'll go to church. Right, these are just some faith goals. Right, another goal I do have for myself. And me and Colin were actually talking about this on the Ultimate Agent. We're literally the exact same when it comes to this. Is every dollar that we give 10%. There's a bee flying around me. Sorry. every dollar that we get, we're gonna make sure that we give 10 cents to Jesus, right, or to a certain donation, right. So, like for me, for example, right, let's just say I made 10 grand last month, right, just for example. I would make sure that I'm giving at least 500 to a certain donation. I'm going to give 500 to the church, right? Because that's a goal that I have set for myself. Because I know if I continue to keep giving, I'll get it back tenfold from God, right? So that's one thing for sure. That's probably what the most important thing is. My goals with God for sure, man.
Something that my Papa told me is he was in the insurance business for 42 years, and
Me too, man.
He said tie your personal goals to your professional goals.
Oh my gosh.
And I'm glad to hear that you're doing that.
Dude, yes, man. That's so good, Sawyer. That's so good, bro. Because when you think about it, when you're tying in your faith goals, right, with God, and you're tying it right into your business, and how I'm tying it into, right, is every single morning when I'm waking up and I'm praying to Him, I'm praying for my goals that I have, right. First off, for the first 5 minutes, and I used to not do this. This is a little thing to show God that obviously you're grateful for Him. Is you thank Him for everything that He's gave for your life. So I'll do that for the first 5 minutes. I'm really not timing it, but I'm just saying that. So I'll thank Him for the first 5 minutes, and then the next 5 minutes I'll do things that I need to work on for myself and I need His help on, right? So I want to make sure for the first half of me praying, I'm thanking Him for everything that He's gave for me in my life, right? That's so good though, because now how I'm tying into the business, just like what I said, is like before an appointment that I'm praying, right? During my work day, I'm praying. Even before a podcast, I'm praying, just like what I did before this, Sawyer. It's crazy, man. So that's really the big thing that I'm doing, that's tying into my business and personal. And that's great that you said that. 42 years, right? 42 years?
Yeah.
Was that 42? Man, that's crazy, man. That's crazy.
Well, we're coming up on 25 minutes and we ran out of questions.
Ran out of questions, man. Dude, it's been a great show, Sawyer, man. I really do appreciate you having me on, bro. Well, I'll look forward, maybe, a couple months, 3-4 months from now, we'll get back on here and talk it up a little bit more, man. I appreciate you.
Yeah. Whenever we end the show, could you stay on for like 5 more minutes? All right.
I will make sure I do that.
I hope that everybody had a great is going to have a great Saturday morning. Mr. Alexander, we're gonna take out the podcast together. We're gonna go.
Let's go, man. Hold on. What? Go ahead. I'm ready.
We're gonna say SMC out, and then we're gonna go next to the camera.
Perfect, man. Let's do it.
All right. SMC out.
SMC out.